Hey everyone, it's Chris, MTGO's Rec Start. We're back for part 4 in this week's Show and Tell series. And this is the finals between me and DirtyDuck. Game 3 didn't save, so you'll get to see one game where I won and one game where he won. I'll pause for a moment. He is on Eldrazi. I know that going in, I didn't know what his particular way to get them into play is, but he is using some mana ramp, a Glimmer Post, Cloud Post Engine, Amulet of Vigor, Scapeshift, which is a nice combo, and Descendant's Path also is a nice one. That allows you to cast a creature off the top of your library during your upkeep if it shares creature type with a creature that you have in play already. And the keyword there is it lets you cast it for no mana. So you get the Eldrazi's cast abilities like Emrakul's take another turn, or Kozilek's draw 4 cards, and Ulamog's destroy a permanent. Get all that stuff off of the Descendant's Path. So of the ways to cheat them into play, that is one of the better ones, although it is a little random. Cloud of Fairies, I ponder there and get my Spell Stutter Fright. Now, the two Wastelands, I did figure when I kept that hand that would be pretty good against him, and it ends up being fine. But the Vendilion clicks are really what win this. I take out the Descendant's Path out of his hand because I don't want him randomly being able to turn the tide with that. I'm much more afraid of that than I am of Awakening Zone. And here I'll click him, and I take my own V-click under the Mistbind click so that I can reuse V-click again over here. Which I choose to do there, and I'm able to grab a Scapeshift, which otherwise would have been quite good with the Amulet of Vigor. And he has more ramp, but he is going to be about a turn too short here because I've got him on a 2-turn clock. And I go ahead and Thoughtseize away at the Betrays, waste a couple of his lands, and that's going to do it there. So I'll take the moment to say that part of this tournament obviously is getting favorable matchups, and I would consider any day an aggro control deck like this to be a pretty good matchup against a ramp deck such as this, and I would consider it at least even with a combo deck like the Reanimator that I played earlier. But again, if I had played against 4, pure aggro decks, soldiers, that sort of thing, I probably could have been wrecked all day. So again, it's all about your matchups. But I did get a favorable one here. But let's take a look at what his deck can do if it goes firing on all cylinders. So I figured the Wasteland would be good here. Maybe make him stumble early, but unfortunately he had all the cloud posts in the world in this game. And I draw nothing but lands to go with those 2 Spell Stutter sprites here in the early. So in hindsight, probably should have mulliganed that. I flashed in that Spell Stutter just to get a little bit of pressure on him at this point. And I'm keeping the other Spell Stutter sprite open so I could counter a 3-drop like a Descendant's Path or something. But he goes right for the Ulamog's Crusher, which I'm going to have no answer for. And then he hardcasts Emrakul. So, yeah, that's what happens when you get a handful of Cloud Posts and Vesuvas. Just brute forcing your way to the win there. So, definitely a powerful deck that Dirty's playing there. And I wish Game 3 had kept, but it didn't. But anyways, so that was the tournament, and I got my 3rd win of the year. And that'll wrap up my personal coverage. But Show and Tell will continue as I talk about some of the other decks in the event, so join me for that.